Hey everyone, Paul Pomerleau here. Some of the gifts that I want to make require wooden beads. Now I know what you're thinking. You can go out and buy wooden beads at the store. Well, if you have to say that to me, then you're not a true woodworker. Now, I've got tons of scrap wood. I've got tools here, so let's figure out a way that we can make wooden beads ourselves. I'm going to take various species of hardwood and I'm going to cut them into about 1/2 inch square blocks. So I cut up a bunch of little cubes, various types of wood, various sizes. They don't have to be perfect. I even took some plywood and cut them up into pieces. So let's go try and see what we can make out of this. So I ended up making a empty bottom box that, and I glued some pine legs on it. I coated the inside with double-sided tape and put some sandpaper on the inside of the box. And this whole thing is going to sit on my sander. It's going to sit right there and it's not going to move. It's also about 1/8 of an inch higher than the sandpaper, so the box doesn't get sanded, and some of the sawdust can come out of it as well. I also made a top, and it's going to sit on top like this, and I'm going to put my blocks of wood inside and let this thing run for a while. This is a 40 grit sandpaper right now, and I can bring it up to a higher grain if I want to. So I'm going to take a handful of blocks of wood, put them inside the box, put the lid on, turn the sander on, and come back in a little while and see what happens. So they've been in the sander for 30 minutes now. You can see what they look like before and what they're starting to look like now. I'm going to leave them go for a little while longer and then maybe even change the sandpaper to a finer grit. So they've been in the sander now for 2 hours. I really like the way the plywood ones came out, and the hardwood ones are starting to get nice and round now, and the smaller beads too. The big ones, they still are more square, rounded edge. I'm not going to use them in too many of my smaller projects, but they may take a little more sanding, these bigger ones. And I'm going to now change the sandpaper down to a 120 grit and let them run for another 20 minutes or so. So in 2.5 hours I went from some old square blocks to some nice round beads. I took some, drilled a hole through the end of it, and now I'm going to just dunk it in some mineral oil, wipe them off, and you can see that you've got now some beautiful handmade beads. Well, these beads came out perfectly. They're going to look great on my next projects. And I really do like the way the plywood came out. They give it a nice look on these things. I'm going to use these a lot, I think. So thank you very much for joining me on another video. If you like it, please hit that big red subscribe button down at the bottom. And if you can, give the like button a click too. Thank you very much for watching. Have fun and be safe.